Hello everyone, this is not a clickbait title. Nana has left us in the worst possible way. First of all, I want to thank all of you who, with a single video, took so much affection for Nana. You worry about her, asking how she was doing in each new video that I was uploading. Many of you collaborated, donating too. Really, thank you very much. My plan was to return to Irene's shelter to film Nana again and tell you how everything was going, but Nana didn't wait for us. She couldn't stand it, and yesterday she left us. Really, that I did not expect it. I was very excited about how you got involved with her to help her get ahead, to make it happen, but she has not succeeded. Apparently, it was already too late for her. So, today's video, with all my pain, is going to be very different. Today's video is a tribute to this little fighter who had the misfortune to fall into hands of some undesirables.
Costó mucho sacarla porque ella se siente seguro muy mal, vea cómo respira ya.
But at least she had the great lucky of running into Irene in the last days of his life. We gave her a few last weeks in which she could at least get to know love and affection and end her days in peace, surrounded by people and doggies who loved her.
Y aquí tenemos a Nana disfrutando una naranja. Es que le gusta la naranja. ¡Qué rico!, ¿verdad? ¿Quién le dio naranja? ¡Ay, ve cómo se la come! ¡Ay, qué rico! Y me dice, sí, juguito, esa naranja está deliciosa. Aquí sí me chinean, ¿verdad? Y me consienten. Miren. ¡Ay, qué rico!
We also want this video to serve to raise awareness and create sensitivity with this kind of thing, and that somehow we will be able to prevent this from happening. Because this, it's a story without forgiveness.
Es increíble. Es increíble. Señora, ojalá usted llegue a ver este video. Yo no le deseo nada. La misma vida se va a encargar de cobrarle a usted lo que usted hizo. No es posible. Este animal sufrió tanto. Si la gente supiera, es muy triste, porque este animal tuvo mucho dolor. Este animal estuvo con mucho dolor, tanto tiempo, sin ayuda, tanto. Pero rescatamos al otro. El hermanito de ella lo logró. Ese animalito va a quedar en casa. Queda adoptado por nuestra mamá y se le va a hacer un encierro especial. Pero es tanto que no tengo ni palabras para expresarle a esta señora lo que siento. Y al montón de dueños que tienen los animales en estos estados, ojalá la vida les cobre su maldad y su daño.
A little over a month ago, Irene received a notice from a girl about a dog that was in very, very bad shape, asking her to please euthanize her because she was in worse conditions. This girl was the daughter of the owner of Nana. Irene arrived at the place, and to her surprise, not only was there a dog with an enormous deterioration, but there was also a dog in a situation of scabies and blindness, who also required help, but the one who was in the worst condition was Nana, so they took her to the vet to see her urgently. However, a while later, Irene's conscience forced her to return to the place and also take the other doggy, who would end up with Irene's mother, where he finally knew the love and care that every doggy deserves. Nana's diagnosis by the vet consisted of a skull fracture who knows how long it had been, a fracture that had caused an internal infection which caused the creation of pus, and this in turn gave way to that enormous inflammation that Nana presented in her head, and that even affected her right eye. Nana spent a week at the vet. After this, when she was already more stabilized, Irene took her to her shelter so that she could finish recovering there, gain weight and strength for when she was ready, enter the surgery room. During this time, Irene had to call the vet several times because beyond following up, there were many days where Nana did not want to eat or felt very bad. And what was happening inside her was that the infection of the head, it was beginning to pass to the mouth through the palate, where it already had another ball of pus that ended up bursting. And that was the reason why the decision was made to put it to sleep forever. The saddest thing about this story, what causes us most helplessness, is that all this suffering could have been avoided if the one of was the owner of this dog had a minimum of decency and had even asked for help instead of putting her to death in the most tragic and painful way possible. Unfortunately, when the lady's daughter decides to alert Irene, it was already too late. The internal damage that Nana had was already too much. And although they fought to get her out, Nana couldn't hold on long enough, and she left us in just a month. It is very sad to see how people let their animals suffer, how they are capable of letting them die in agony before doing something for them. Unfortunately, the animal welfare law in Costa Rica is very weak, and nothing can be done to punish these abusers. And also, if someone wants to file a complaint, you have to spend hours and hours in the police stations to be able to formalize the corresponding paperwork and everything, so that later the abuser in question gets away with it. These laws must be thorough, so that they effectively protect these poor defenseless beings, that the only thing they do in their lives is to give love unconditionally without asking for anything in return. Nana left us, but not before knowing freedom and true love, together with Irene and her family in her shelter. Those few weeks that she was with them represented all the life that she never had. I wish the laws would change in Costa Rica and these people would be punished properly, because this is a crime, to have a living being subjected to pain and suffering just for indecency or vagrancy. Because Nana suffered a lot, and not it could be more unfair that this lady just stay in her house with no sanction, so that now another poor victim comes to her hands and makes her go through the same thing. Again, thank you very much to all of you who have been keeping an eye on Nana. I'm very sorry that this was the news that I have brought you today. I would have loved to tell you that Nana is better, that she's getting ahead little by little, and that she's the light at the end of the tunnel, but the sad reality is this: Nana has left us, but not without first touching our hearts, and I hope that having also left a message of love. Love and respect for animals, because they are the biggest and most beautiful thing we have. And from the moment they enter in our lives, they are at our mercy. They are our complete responsibility. So let's make a difference and promote animal care and respect. I'm going to leave Irene's PayPal in the description of the video in case someone can contribute something. It will be a great help. since they have more than 40 dogs and about 20 cats under their care. And I know that every day they receive requests for help for many other dogs that are on the streets or in homes in situation of abandonment. And remember that you can also join me on Patreon. We are looking to get our own space to be able to take dogs out from the streets, neutralize, give them a bath, and looking for a family for them. Costa Rica is full of stray dogs, and local shelters are not receiving rescues from other people. So please help us to get our own little shelter to be able to do something more than feeding them on the streets. Help us to give them a family for life and give them the opportunity to be happy and be loved for the rest of their lives. Thank you very much for joining us and being part of this. Have a big hug and see you very soon.